Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Rodney,
your Public Safety Brothers.
Did you know that bicyclists are subject to the same rules of the road as motor vehicles?
And ignoring rules of the road that regulate riding your bike and other etiquette will determine your fate on the roadway.
So let's listen as members of our police department bike us through some of the very important rules of the road.
After all, your safety matters.
Hello, I'm Officer Tyler Mitchell with the Greenwood Village Police Department. I'm here to talk to you today about bike safety. First off, before we get to the bike, you want to protect yourself. And that means wearing a proper certified helmet that can protect your head should anything happen. When you're wearing your helmet, you want to make sure that your helmet is perfectly seated into your head. With that, you want to make sure that the helmet line is parallel with your eyebrow level so that it is perfectly situated. Then with the chin strap, you want to make sure the chin strap is not too tight, but nice and tight against your chin so that it does not wobble back and forth. Then, depending on if you're riding at night or in the daytime, it's always good to wear reflective material. Even during the daytime, that's good to help people make sure they notice you. Anything that can reflect on the headlights or sunlight. Now we're getting to the bike. Definitely before you get on the bike, you want to check the tire pressure. With that, on the side of each tire, there is a recommended amount of PSI level. You want to make sure that your tires are at that recommended level. Make sure there's no sound of air leaks or anything like that on your tire. You want to check both tires with that. Then you want to make sure you have the proper materials. This includes either a backpack or you can have the bike holder. In terms of that, if you're riding at night, you want to have a proper flashlight. This flashlight just mounts right on, keeps a nice steady beam. It's a self-attached USB rechargeable headlight. You can turn it on, turn it off, and then you can adjust the brightness level. And then in terms of also the red tail light, here you have another one, same similar thing. You can just turn it on to different types of settings. You definitely want the blinking red light setting that you can attach right here on the back of your bike. And you want to make sure that's blinking a constant red. This will help all the cars notice you when you're riding. Then in terms of extra supplies, you want to make sure you have a spare bike pump and then a spare tire tube. You can also get a bike utility tool to make sure in case anything happens, you can take apart your bike and re-put it back together. Then in terms of your physical fitness, you want to make sure that you have a spare water bottle with you, nighttime or daytime, using your water bottle holder, and then any sort of nutrients, power bars, anything you can carry with you. Then once you finally can get on the bike, you want to make sure to check your gears. You want to go through either you have a 21 set speed or 11 set speed. You want to go through all your gears to make sure that they're working properly before you get too far away on your ride.
Did you know that bicyclists face a higher risk of crash-related injury and death than occupants in a motor vehicle?
Yes, in 2015 in the United States, over 1,000 bicyclists died, and there were almost 467,000 bicycle-related injuries.
If all else fails, adhere to the lug nut rule.
He who has the most lug nuts wins.
In other words, a car will always win over a bicycle.
Here are some important safety tips when riding your bike. Always ride on the right. Remember to go with the traffic flow. Never ride against traffic. Cars will not be expecting to find a biker when they round a corner or go over a hill. Ride single file when passing other bikers or pedestrians. Let them know your position by shouting something like, "On your left." When riding two abreast, do not impede the movement of traffic. If you are on a road with 2 lanes, you must ride within a single lane. Always check behind you when changing lanes. Watch out for dangerous things on the roadways or on trails. Road litter, puddles of water, loose gravel, and storm grates can cause you to lose control of your bicycle. Stop at all stop signs and traffic lights. Be extra careful at crossroads. Walk your bicycle across busy intersections. Always signal before making a left or right turn. To make a left turn, look behind you and hold your left arm straight out and proceed carefully. For a right turn, hold your left arm out up in an L shape. Keep control of your bike. Do not swerve or make sudden turns. Drivers may not be able to react fast enough to avoid colliding with you. Ride at least 3 feet away from your parked cars. Someone could open his or her door unexpectedly. Listen for cars approaching from the side or behind you. Do not follow cars too closely. You may be in their blind spot. Know your road signs and obey them. A smart bicyclist follows the rules of the road. Always be prepared to stop. Keep your hands on or close to the brakes. Do not forget to wear your helmet. And do not wear headphones. You will not be able to hear what is going on around you.
So now that you've mastered riding on the roadway, what about trails?
There are rules for that as well. And there's a speed limit too on how fast you can go.
On trails, bicyclists yield to both pedestrians and equestrians. Be courteous to other users and keep right when possible. Verbally alert others when you are approaching to pass. Call out on your left or on your right, as pedestrians and equestrians may not hear you approaching. The speed limit on village trails is a maximum of 15 miles per hour, depending on the conditions.
Bike riding can be a lot of fun, but accidents do happen, so be safe and be seen.
Ride carefully and cautiously to avoid a costly mistake and a crash course in bicycling.
Because your safety matters to us.